You are listening to Light Up Your Worth with Breakthrough Catalyst Coach Debbie McAllister, as we talk about money consciousness, mindset, and raising our vibrations. She believes that when you own your own worth, the light shines through you with abundance. Each week, she will provide resources to guide you into greater abundance and more freedom while disconnecting from the scarcity mindset. This podcast is here to provide engaging and heart-centered conversations that offer so much worth, they'll motivate you and light up your worth.
Hello, this is Debbie, and this is Light Up Your Worth. Welcome. How are you today? Really, how are you? I saw this great thing on Instagram where this beautiful soul was sharing that we often go into, I'm fine. Who wants to just be fine? How about we try her suggestions? How are you? I am divine. And you? How are you? I am effortlessly flowing. And you? How are you? I am boundless and timeless. And you? I am magical. And you? Which one of those resonates with you? I know today I feel pretty magical. I feel magical that I allow myself time to simply be. What did I learn in that being? Being. Let's just soak into that. What does that mean, being? We're in this journey, in this dance, this balance between our masculine and our feminine. I have found, and maybe this will resonate with you, is that my masculine energy has a tendency to overpower my feminine. In this process, when I decided to take my break, was that I needed to be. I simply needed to slow my pace down and to be. What I wanted to share with you today is the lessons I have learned in this being. The first lesson is that I had to learn, trust the process. I was in a newer relationship and it was going really well. We decided that I would move into his home. Now, this is an exciting thing. But it is also change. When you think about change, you think about all of the good stuff. Think about all the good stuff that have come to you in change. It could be a new job, a new dog, a new cat. It could be a new job, a new relationship. And yet change is always this interesting paradox of how we show up through that change. What I have learned and have had the awareness for myself, I need to allow myself the time for the integration of change, even good change. I decided I would pause my podcast. How does that fit into trust the process? I was moving across a few counties into a new home, a new area, relocating with this new relationship. Taking the break allowed me to realize what I was feeling. Where am I going? What am I doing? In that process, I decided that I would just allow myself time to ask the questions with everything I was doing in the great pause. I found myself asking myself a couple questions. What does my soul want to tell me today? What does my soul want to tell me today? I had to be quiet to receive this message, this download of what it wanted to share with me. Some days it was just continue to unpack or clean or paint. They weren't always profound. Don't expect everything to come through some big earth-shattering moment, but sometimes it would come through of, why don't you just go read? Why do you have to unpack everything and organize everything today? I have a tendency, a track record, really. I've moved frequently. I'm talking a lot. Since 2016, I've been in 6 states now. across each state, there's been other moves within those. I could probably come in and pack your place for you and organize it and unpack it for you. If I ever wanted to do that, I have those skills. I'm that friend that you can call to help you with that process. I had to really surrender to listen to what my soul needed to do. As I was going through this day to day, receiving, going, doing, and taking care of stuff, which is more of the masculine energy, I had to ask myself, was this an energy gain or a drain? That helped me balance or start to really see myself as like this teeter-totter of how much of this activity was I going to do for that day, the draining or the gaining, where I was going to feel more revitalized. And I would go through this exercise, start my day out with this. The other thing I realized in this being is I needed to allow time for the integration. I had recorded an energetic healing for myself of recalibrating your nervous system and adrenals. Our nervous systems were not created for modern life with all of the information coming at us, the electronics, where everybody's into this hustle culture. I've been guilty of this. I have definitely hustled throughout my life, but I've realized over the last several years that hustle was no longer working in my life. It was no longer serving me. I was exhausted and run down. My adrenals were causing a great deal of fatigue, brain fog, and my ability to learn new things was being diminished. I decided that I would slow it on down to allow for the integration with this recalibrating my nervous system and adrenals energetic healing. I was really working on my subconscious so that it would go into my DNA, my cells, and allowing that integration to happen to harmonize my nervous system so that I could calm down. I was doing my meditations. I do a guided meditations evening and morning. During some of this process, I found that some days I was only doing one, but I was always listening to the energy work of mine or my mentors as I fall to sleep so that my subconscious could continue to unwind some of those patterns and belief systems that I don't even realize that I'm doing again, especially when you're doing something new. I have found for myself that there's a continual pattern that can arise. I was allowing myself that integration to be present on what I was feeling. I used breath work with my coach. Valtopia is my coach. She's going to be coming on with an episode here soon. Hello, I am so excited, Val, to have you here. We went through the breath work so I could get deeper excavating of some of these things that were stuck in myself. The breath work limits your oxygen, and so that changes the brain and it opens up another pathway. Been changing my neural pathways. I needed time for it to integrate. I've spent a lot of time reading. I'm part of a online book club called Badass Besties with Brianna Brown. It has been wonderful to have this online community where I can come in, check my responsibilities, and go into some type of fiction, as well as we have a development book that we're reading. That gave me some balance of being able to go, oh, you got to go read your book, so that I could just switch off that, got to get some stuff done, got to continue unpacking. And it allowed me to block out that time in my schedule for it. I also spent some time really focusing on some of my own energy healing. I received Sacred Light Technologies, advanced training and a retreat. I'm currently learning sacred soul symbols. I took a mediumship class. I've never done that. That was really spectacular and a different perspective for me. All of this was really integrating into being in that integration. The last thing I did was I was able to be present. I was able to fully express the emotions without always having to have it all together. I have a tendency to do that for myself. It's a pattern that I am working on of not always having it together. When something would come up that was triggering for me, whether it's an emotion I wanted to feel or not feel, I was able to fully express that and I was fully supported here at home in that process. I really wanted to honor this new relationship, honor him, honor myself, the me, the you, and the us. That was something new. I wanted to try something new and allow that to just let it unfold easily without the pressures of everything else that I'm doing. We were able to go do some traveling here around Arizona. We went to the Grand Canyon. I'm fortunate enough to live in driving distance to the Grand Canyon. If you haven't been there, it's a must. It really gives you perspective on who you are, how big our world is, why we're all here to have such a positive, uplifting impact on each other, and why that is important. I took the time to figure out how I wanted to put together my office, which I now call the Mermaid. It is where I am coming together. And as you can see, in the background, I've come up with this color that really was extra on the Home Depot end of the Oops paint. And I just saw it and I thought, oh, that would be nice. I slowly painted the room. First, I did parts of it. I've put up my whiteboards. I put up my degrees and my certificates, not so much for the bragging rights at all, but really to remind myself with a poster I have here that says you can do hard things and allow it to be easy. Allowing it to be easy is from my coaches, Johnny and Laura, that I've had on this incredible journey. I wanted to be able to incorporate some different habits. I really wanted to understand what my values were at this moment in time. I've walked through the value exercise that I walk through with my clients, my partners, really, and seeing what was really showing up for me now. With that understanding, I was able to go into what are my top needs now for my sleep, my eat, my exercising, the type of an environment. I really am an individual who's always needed alone time and social time. I really had to think about that. What's the sleep requirements right now at this stage of my life? Since I've been in postmenopause for quite some time, I have discovered that I need more sleep than I used to. I don't know if that's because when I was a single mom, I didn't get a lot of sleep, but you guys can all relate. When you need to not sleep, you're able to just do it. Now that I had that freedom to decide, figuring out what that was really important to this time in life, because sleep is really where our bodies do so much rejuvenation, where our cells are integrating and recreating themselves. I discovered a new love for cooking. I never thought I would say that, and my sister's laughing at me. I received a large amount of organic, huge zucchinis. Everybody around me has tried my zucchini bread. Everyone, everywhere I've been, I've brought zucchini bread. I found an amazing recipe for lasagna, zucchini lasagna, and we've tried it a couple times. And oh my gosh, it is so good. Those were some of my favorites. Creating my mermaid room, traveling around Arizona, the Grand Canyon, the mystical messages that I received during that time, understanding my own top needs as I continue to evolve, just as this podcast is. What I'd like to wrap up with today, though, is I would like to share with you a simple exercise to help you ground into your own rejuvenation process. If you want to take a minute and get yourself grounded, whether you are driving, let's hope you're not driving, you can pause it, or you're working out, you can always come back to this, is a very simple exercise. If you're able to close your eyes, take a deep breath. I want you to center yourself in your heart. Just really pull all of your energy into this current moment, into your heart. Can you feel that difference? Inhale and exhale to help you become present. You can hold it and slowly release it. I'd like for you to say your name out loud to really anchor ourselves into our heart. I'm Deborah Denise McAllister. Pull myself back into my body. And I'm going to share a couple statements with you. I'm going to be running in divine love and light, the highest intentions, calling in the sacred light open as I send these energies out to you. And I'm going to share 3 statements with you. And I want you to feel into them with your heart. I am grateful for the things that I have. I want you to think of something that you are so grateful for. I am grateful for the things that I have, where you really fills your heart to overflowing with love and joy. I am unapologetic about my desire to live a rich life. I want you to claim that. I am unapologetic about my desire to live a rich life. Again, breathing all of that love into your heart, claiming it, committing to it. And the last one is, I am hopeful for the future. I am hopeful for the future. If during any of these affirmations that we're calling in with our highest intentions, if you have a negative thought come to your mind, I want to share this practice with you of saying please, and let that memory, that thought, just keep on passing through like the wind. Release. Now I want to bring in divine love and light, sacred light, close. And we want to ground all of this into the universal energies. I want you to feel all of the forward momentum that is coming into your life. And if any of these areas that I've shared with you, with rejuvenation, with the rest, resonate with you, I would love to hear just one small thing that you could do today to honor yourself and the season that you are in your life by being. So until next time, I cannot wait to see you again, and I will be sending you sunshine and love.
I have recorded energetic healing meditations to clear out the limiting subconscious beliefs, releasing self-sabotage patterns, negative habits, interrupt and heal generational trauma, and lovingly guide you through the journey of self-acceptance. Experience the Own Your Sparkle energetic healing with the quick confidence-boosting meditation. Own Your Sparkle will keep you grounded in unconditional love for yourself, authentic confidence, and your unique inner sparkle through your journey. To receive your free download, go to www.lightupyourworth.net. If you enjoyed this Light Up Your Worth episode, be sure to share with a soulful friend who needs to hear this message. Thanks so much for listening and being part of the Light Up Your Worth community. My heart is full of gratitude for you. You are my inspiration to shine the light of spiritual, heart-centered women. Now go out there and shine your own light. Sending you sunshine.